want to eventually get to is being able to possibly solve things like we want to be able to solve equations like so, possibly even equations like this. At the moment, Zach, I'm waiting for you, mate. Zach, I'm talking to the class. I don't need you talking as well. And now I'll wait again. So this unit that we're trying to do, don't write the yellow down at the moment, we're trying to be able to solve something like this. Now it's going to be so simple and a walk in the park if we just take the time to recap some of our basic mathematics and revise some of those things that we might have forgotten from last year. So last lesson we looked at like terms, gathering, and we remembered. So just to recap, what would be this expression up here? And why is that an expression, not an equal, not an equation? I gave it away. Yeah, so because it doesn't equal something. Let's go. What can we do to simplify this? What are our like terms? Zach? We've got the p squared and we've got the p squared there. So gather those together. Remember to look in front of the thingy. So what would this simplify to be, please? 1, not 7, because it is a minus 3. So 4p take 3p squared, is 1p squared. Now you could write 1 if you really wanted to, but we might laugh at you. So just p squared. And then the next one, we've got our like terms which are here, minus 3p take 8p. Who would like to be bold? What is minus 3p take 8p going to simplify to be? These? Yeah, and you were staring out there, not concentrating and looking. So I'm asking you to please concentrate. So it's basically just some adding and taking of negative numbers, and that's why we're practicing this. So we're talking about what is minus 3 take 8? Correct. So it's going to be minus 11p. I would, pardon? Would it be p squared? Who can answer that? Because it's not times. To get a p squared, it's going to be p times p. This was a p squared because that was the term we had. These are p. So again, think of it as minus $3, take another $8. You owe $3, you know owe another $8. That's owing $11, not $11 squared. Make sense? Good question. Thank you very much. Now, if I put the next bit up, do some of you look at that and go, oh, geez, fractions, I'm out? Some are nodding, some are shaking their head. Awesome. So those who are going, no, I'm not, this is just the same thing. I ask you, if I gave you, I don't know, 2x plus 5x, is everyone happy to go, oh, simples, that's just going to be 7x. Agreed? Yeah. So when we look at this, and I still have to remind some of my year 11s and 12s because they weren't told in year 9. When we look at this, this is the same as saying that's a quarter x plus 1/3 x. A quarter plus a third. So that's what we would be doing. Now, you have your calculators, so you can use them. Whack it in there. What's 1/4 plus 1/3? Trying to show you that it's going to be the same if it's got fractions as opposed to whole numbers. We still just take the number, we add those together and stick it in front of the pronumeral that we have. Agreed? So 1/4 plus a third, you may use your calculators. It says 7/12 x. You can write it like that. That is also the same as 7x over 12. I don't think we have to do 8 million of these to get the story. Do this one in a minute. Right, again, when you're looking at that, you don't have to rewrite it like this if you don't want to, unless you just want to go, yeah, that helps me. 1/2 a plus 1/5 a. So again, grab your calculator. You can go 1/2, oops, don't do that. You can go 1/2 plus 1/5, 7/10, beautiful, 7/10 A. Zach goes, I don't like to write it like that. I want to write it like that. We go, fine, knock yourself out, but don't write both. Which one do you prefer? This one? Left. So you write that. If Johnny prefers this, he writes that. Correct? They are the same. That's what we're saying. Same. No, that hasn't got the product of two numbers. What operation are we talking about? Times. Correct. So the product, we're talking about times, and just want to refresh some of your little memories. So if I have, we've already covered this one, if I have A times A, what would that be? A squared. You're very good with that. If I had A times A times A, what would that be? A cubed. Lovely. What if I had A plus A plus A? Are they the same? Very different. And all you have to do is imagine if A was 10. 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30. That's a big difference, especially if we're talking about money. Okay, so very clear, not the same. Okay, what if we had something like 3A times 2A? Remind me, how do we do something like that? Pretty base. Ick. Yep, so do your numbers and then do the A's, the pronumerals. So 3 times 2, 6. A times A squared. We're done here. Try simple. So remember, this is what we did in year 8. We're just refreshing so we can move on and do harder stuff quite easily. All right, what if I had 2 PQ times negative? What would that end up being? Can you all see from the back? Did I choose a bad colour? No. I got people saying it cannot be simplified. Now, if that times was a plus, absolutely, you would be correct. It cannot be simplified if it was a plus. However, in this case, it is a multiply. And technically, this is, now don't write this out, but technically, this is 2 times P times Q times negative 4 times P. And what you're allowed to do is then multiply in any order. So you can group the numbers together. So 2 times minus 4, you can say P times P, and you can add on, yep, it's the times Q right at the end. So not having to write all of this out, your little eyes just focus on the numbers. We go, what's 2 times minus 4? Minus 8. What's P times P? And the Q just sits there. What do you reckon? Remember that? So again, some of you might be rolling your eyes and going, oh yeah, we've done this. So it helps you to just refresh, because then when we move on to the next step, you're not having to double think and go, oh yeah, I had to remember this stuff. And it's just zoom. Good? So a couple of things that I want us to do. Having to check your homework, you needed to have finished the 2 and the 3, and you were quite happy with that. In your books, I'm going to ask you to also complete this. Now, part A is already done. Hello, girls? Part A is already done for you. So it's basically, you know, and this one is pretty easy. In fact, do you know what? If you want to, you could just do the last 2. So you can do all 5, or you can just do the last 2. So B, what you're doing to get this one here, can you work out what you have to do? Add them together, boom. Add them together, pop here, add those together, put that there. That will be done in your book. I will see it. I will correct to see if it's right or not. Then you are doing The product one. I have to stop, otherwise your name's shown. Product column. Now, again, do you need to do every single question? I'm very pleased you said no. Very good. It depends on how you're feeling. If you go, I haven't remembered a lot of this, please, by all means, do every second one or do them all if you really want to. As a last resort, bare minimum, if you can just do the last row. Last row. I'm happy with that. We good? So this is a little bit of you choosing what to do. You've got 2 of those as well to do in your book. Agreed? Answers for 1, 2 and 3 are below, so please make sure that you are checking your work as you go. There are no answers for this one, so I will be checking in your book to make sure that is done. We? Yes, please. Shouldn't take too long. All right. And then I have got a worksheet that you will, little short matchy one again, so less writing for you to do. It's matchy. So there's also this to do. Those who are in class, I'm going to give it a hard copy for you, which you can stick in your book. How sad, Brandon? I know you said hard copies, but you're going to have to do it online at home. So for those who aren't in class today, copy and paste this into your notebook and do it there. Thank you. Goodbye.